Hi, welcome. Today I will be reviewing the pose cat and cow. This is a flowing pose that helps to bring some movement and flexibility to the spine, to the shoulders, and to the hips. It also works on stretching the wrists and stretching the toes depending, right? And so I'll show you that in just a few moments. So let's get started. So coming on to our hands and knees, coming into a nice table position. Alignment is an important element of our yoga practice. So we think about the hips and the knees being in the same line versus the knee being behind the hip, to find that alignment, and the wrist and the shoulder aligning. Being mindful that we're not locking the elbow joints. We want to keep a nice soft element in the joints. And with our fingers, the fingers are spread nice and widely, and we're framing the mat, so to speak, with our index fingers, making the number 11. Looking towards creating a parallel relationship with the crease of the wrist and the front edge of the mat. Good. So fan the hands as much as you need to find those elements. And then from here, let's come into a nice table position. So in table, we don't want the chest dropping down towards the floor. So that means we're collapsing in the shoulders. We want to press down through the hands and lift up through the shoulders. So we start nice and strong for the pose. You can also grip the mat with the fingers a little bit, feeling the middle knuckles rise slightly. You also will feel a gentle rise in the center of each palm. This is a nice strong connection, and it helps to work the wrists and the forearms as well. So the toes can remain flat to the mat. If you'd like a little more work, a little extra leverage when you move into the poses, you can turn the toes under. So now we're stretching the soles of the feet, stretching the toes. Again, that's going to be personal preference, so you do what feels best in your body. That's always the most important. And then from here, the gaze is turning down, making sure that the head is not dropping, just like the chest was not dropping. So we're lifting the chest, we're lifting from the shoulders, we're also lifting from the back of the head. Now pressing down, again, connecting the hands, connecting the feet. Take a nice full breath in, and then as you exhale, push the hands down, let the tailbone drop down and come forward between the thighs. Chin comes down towards the chest, and we're lifting the belly to the inside of the spine. We're lifting the chest to the inside of the shoulder blades, really rounding that back. Then as we breathe in, start to arch the back, lifting the tailbone. Let the heart move forward between the biceps, and instead of just lifting the chin forward, can you lift from the back of the head as well as the crown? So the head is like the turtle's head coming out of its shell, right? We're coming out of the shoulders. Press the top of the shoulders back, and that's exhale to flow. Use your toes, use your hands, push down to lift up. There we go. Lifting the front body to meet the back. And inhale, arch. Now the back body drops down to meet the front body. From the belly to the center of the heart, we're lifting forward between the arms. Arms are nice and long for the transition and during each of the postures, or each piece of the posture. Good. And we round. We'll do this a couple more times. Inhale, arch. Let that heart reach forward, belly to the heart. Lift from the back of the head, the crown. The chin will rise a little bit. And exhale, last round. Really root down through the feet, through the knees. Again, the feet can be flat, totally fine. And inhale. Arch, press the shoulders back, heart comes forward, lift that tailbone, and release back into neutral. This can also be done if you have blocks or even books at your home, as long as the books are level in height. A modified variation, if you tend to have wrist issues, is to come onto your forearms. You can do this on blocks, and the blocks do have multiple levels, so you can come as low to the ground or as high. Now, I do caution you, when they're at their highest height, they do become less stable. So I prefer, if you're going to use the blocks, that you bring them down either to the middle level or to the lowest level. And here again, you're going to align the knees and the hips. Now it would be the elbows and the shoulders versus the wrists and the shoulders. And you can move through that same flow. Take a breath in, exhale, push down through the forearms and the elbows, the knees and the feet, round that upper back. And then inhale, arch, and allow that heart to move forward, shoulders back. Lift that tailbone, good. Really feel an opening across the back of the pelvis, into the outer hips. Good. And so that would be how you could modify there. And another modification, if your knees tend to bother you, you can take a blanket and open a blanket up underneath the knees for a little extra cushion and support. You can also do this seated, right? You can take that blanket if you like, place the blanket right underneath your sit bones, or sit up onto it a little further, totally up to you. And you can take your hands over your knees, breathing in with a tall spine. So here again, this is our seated variation. Taking the hands onto the knees, take a breath in. And as you exhale, let's take the navel to the spine, round the back, feel the shoulders drawing in towards the chest, the chin comes down towards the chest. And then inhale, press the heart not only forward, but lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. Lift from the back of the head, arch, press those shoulder blades forward and down, and exhale, let's round again. We'll do one more round just to show you this variation. And inhale to lift. And exhale. Pressing the spine to the back of the room, and inhale. Good. Now pressing the spine to the front of your space, lift, try not to compress the neck, and exhale, return to neutral spine. So that is our cat and cow. It's a wonderful pose that you can infuse into any part of your day. You can do this on a floor, in a chair. You can, for that matter, you can probably do it standing. You can bring it into your workspace, into your home space while you're traveling. You can do it on a mat, on a towel, on a carpet, whatever works for you. It's a great opening again of the spine, the hips, the shoulders, and a wonderful connection to our breath. So early morning, midday, or in the evening, I'd say it's a basic pose, something that we learn early on in our yoga practice. However, I'm a huge proponent for it, even in an advanced practice, because there's just so much to gain from keeping that mobility in the spine, that flexibility in the breath, as well as the mind in the body. So thank you so much. That was Cat and Cow. We'll see you next time.